always a breaking point. And until you get to that breaking point, you're not really gonna want to help yourself,
100%. And so like that freshman year is when I started just kind of working out. Nothing crazy. It's like here we have a couple dumbbells in the shed. Like I pretty much started with the same setup. You got a bench right there, a couple of dumbbells, and I was just in my garage doing curls. I had literally deadass only worked out biceps for a year. Like, that was the only muscle group I worked out. So I was just in my garage grinding out curls, and my arms got bigger. I started seeing some noticeable differences, some changes. So sophomore year comes around, my arms are like my biceps are always like my starter point. But then I wanted more. I got introduced to benching, and bro, as soon as you get introduced to benching, it's like it's gym rat era. Like that's when you enter that phase. Because bro, once you like put up that weight, you get addicted to seeing how much you can do and like what your limit really is. So getting into benching just got me into everything else. I'm like, okay, I'm getting stronger with this. Like what if I incorporate these? So I got some more weights, I got some more setups, and then eventually I started actually going to a gym. I started going to the YMCA. So I never really I didn't focus on my meals, like my diet whatsoever for like my first like 3 years of lifting, I want to say. So like that whole first year was just getting in the gym, getting the idea of it, getting the idea of what to do. I used to just watch YouTube videos of workouts to do at home, very simple stuff, kind of like how everyone starts out. And then sophomore year rolls around, it's kind of the same thing, except I was just in a gym, finally starting to use like the full weight setup, hitting full body, and then that's when I really started getting like, okay, wow, like I can actually gain muscle, like I'm getting weight, I'm getting stronger, like I'm liking where this is going. And then COVID happens, and then COVID was like, I got really lucky during COVID because typically that's when a lot of people got fat because they got really lazy and they got really comfortable. So like obviously you don't have anything to do but just like play video games all day, eat, watch TV. It's like it's just breed of lazy people.
Let me show you the breed of lazy people that he's referring to, by the way.
So that happened, COVID rolled around, but I was lucky because the house I just moved into, we had just moved in, my mom and I moved in with my mom's boyfriend, and he had a really nice pool in the backyard, like nice big pool. So COVID happened, once like we were able to start hanging out with people again, probably like a month or two into it, like two of my friends started coming over, and then they started coming over, my other friends started coming over, and we were just in the pool literally all day, every day. Like we were swimming every single day. So that in itself helped me like kind of shred a little more weight, if anything. It helped me get a little leaner. I was still pretty skinny, I would say, because I definitely didn't make any muscle mass like until towards the end because I wasn't working out. I was just swimming. But swimming is great cardio. It's great cardio. It's an entire body workout, and it burns a lot of calories, especially when you're just fucking around with your friends in the pool all day doing dumb shit. So COVID kept me skinny because of the pool, and then after COVID, I got a gym membership going into our junior year. So my stepdad actually got me a Crunch gym membership for Valentine's Day, funny enough.
Shout out Bob.
Shout out Bob, the GOAT. So he got me that gym membership to Crunch, which was just down the street. I didn't have a car or anything. I wasn't driving at the time. So, and bro, once I got that membership, like I was on grind motherfucking time. I woke up at 5 a.m. every single day for like 3 months straight. Got my skateboard to the gym at 5 a.m. It was dark as hell. It was cold as shit. But bro, it was so motivating. Like, not saying you gotta wake up that early to go hit a gym, because I don't really fuck with doing that anymore. But like when you start with that discipline and that drive to just want it and do everything like you can to get it, like it's different, bro. And honestly, I made so much progress in those 3 months because I started bulking, not like effectively, it was like kind of dirty bulking, really just eating as much as I could and being as consistent as possible with it. Bro, I gained like 30 pounds in 3 months. Like it obviously wasn't all muscle, it was like a good amount of fat too still, but like I looked way more noticeably bigger than the year before. I mean, last time I had seen this guy was sophomore year, and then when we came back for senior year, like
he wasn't the same motherfucker. Like you gotta understand that when I saw him, he was like about maybe 5'10", about fucking 140, I'd say. No crazy muscle mass. Like obviously he was big, but he wasn't crazy big.
Yeah.
Comes to senior year, looks like a whole fucking adult. Bro looks like he has a 401k. Fucking, he pays his car insurance on time. Fucking drives a Rolls Royce. Like this motherfucker looked big.
Yeah. So
and what I want to just say is that it just goes to show that you could want something so bad, but it isn't until you help yourself. Like he said before. During those 8, like when he was playing Fortnite, grinding Fortnite, I was the same way. And it wasn't until recently for me where I decided that no one else is going to help me besides myself, so I need to start, like, my drive now, and, like, I need to start doing shit for myself. And so it's just really inspiring to hear, that anyone can do it. This isn't something that is exclusive to just people like us or like people that have that discipline. We all have that discipline. It's just whether or not you're willing to sacrifice the things that you love so that you can better yourself.
Yeah, and bro, like I had to go through that breaking point multiple times, bro.
It's not easy.
It's a constant
it's
shift, bro. It's a constant challenge. It's never ending. Like the development of yourself is never ending. Like my first breaking point was just being too out of shape to not even be able to run. Like it wasn't even a mile. It was like less than half a mile just to the water and back. I couldn't even do that. So that's what got me in the gym initially. However, once I started gaining that weight, once I started building on muscle, along with it also came some fat because I went about bulking in the wrong way. A lot of people will use dirty bulking as a way to cope with their shit diet, eating habits, and lack of discipline. Okay, it is not hard to dirty bulk. It's not hard to just eat whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. It's not hard to go eat McDonald's or Taco Bell every single day for every
just to
meal.
get those calories in.
Just to get the calories in, and that's basically what I was doing from junior to senior year. Like in junior years when I started like bulking up, getting some muscle mass, but then when senior year came around, I started taking it a little too far and just completely let go of the discipline part of it. In my mind, I was just like, okay, if I work out a couple times a week, I eat a lot, like we'll get big. And I mean, yeah, I did. But when senior year came around, I was not as consistent with the gym. I was probably hitting it like 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week because I was just like, I was getting lazy. I was getting too complacent. I was getting too complacent.
I was too distracted.
And it was all because of my shit eating habits, bro. Like, my peak weight in senior year of high school was about 220 pounds. So to give you reference right now, I'm about 190. Okay, so in senior year, same thing. I was just eating a bunch of shit food, barely working out, and I got to a point where, bro, I just started to hate my body. Like I can pull up pictures, put on the screen when I post this, but dude, I just had such a fat gut, such fat, like flabby gut. I had the love handles.
This motherfucker was fat.
I had like man titties, bro. Like you could tell like I had muscle, like my shit was big, but like there was just no definition. Like it was just covered in body fat. You can see veins, muscle striations, any real definition. Okay, so the worst part of it is the face fat. Like you feel it on your face, bro. You feel it when you're walking around. You see it in the mirror, and you just hate it, bro. The chubby cheeks, like it's the worst. So it just like throughout that whole year, I'd always tell myself, okay, I'm gonna go on a cut. Okay, I'm gonna do something about this. Okay, I'm gonna lose my weight. I was cutting from November of 21 all the way to like June of 22. Like that whole year I was quote unquote cutting, and it was just because I couldn't stay consistent with it. I couldn't stay consistent with my diet. I couldn't stay consistent with the gym because I was just going about everything the wrong way. I was trying to take everything in a super radical approach of just like being super strict. Like I was one of those guys, okay, I have to only eat chicken, rice, and broccoli every single day. I have to do like 2 hours of cardio every day. I have to be in the gym every single day. And I'm like, bro, when you put that much stress on your body, when you put that much workload on yourself, you're not gonna want to fucking do it because it's hard as hell. Maybe you'll get through it like the first day, maybe the second day, maybe even a whole week if you're lucky. But like, dude, it's just not sustainable to do that shit every single day and actually get those results. And that's just the way I was going about it. And the one breaking point that just finally made me go, okay, fuck this, is I went to the gym with my buddies one day, and I had just like done pretty good progress on cutting. I had dropped like 15, 20 pounds, and then like next week I started binge eating, gained all of it back. That was my constant cycle that year. And then one day we went to the gym. I took some pump pictures because the pump felt really good. I thought I was looking really good. I get home, I look at the pictures, looked fat as shit. Looked fat as shit. My gut was hanging out. I thought you could see my abs. You can see abs for shit. You can see abs at all. My face looked chubby as hell. I could see my double chin. I just completely hated what I was looking at. And I was like, dude, I'm just so tired of breaking this promise to myself. I'm so tired of just selling myself short and not doing the things I'm going to say I'm going to do.
And before you keep going, I just wanted to give a perspective from the skinny guy. You know, whatever he says, you know, about eating all this and that and the other, it may not resonate to you because, you know, it's probably hard for you to eat, you know, especially if you're a skinny guy like myself. But it's more of the sense that it's definitely about what you're eating, about what you're doing, because that whole sophomore year, like, I may have not been fat, like, in the body, in the arms, or in the legs, but you could definitely tell from my face that I had a lot of excess fat in my face that made me look chubbier and made me look more childlike, and it just, again, like, I hated it. Every time I would take a picture, every time I would, like, you know, try to, like, send a picture on Snapchat or just, like, put something on my story, I would always feel self-conscious about it because there was always something about me that I didn't like, and I never knew what it was, and it was just because that even though I thought I was skinny and I thought that, I was decently healthy because I wasn't eating too much and I wasn't eating, the craziest amount of fat foods, but I was only getting like maybe one meal, half a meal in a day. And, when you're not doing shit and that's all you're eating, it's gonna definitely still build up and you're gonna see like the results of that. So, just because like you can't eat and that's how you're justifying it, it's still gonna like fuck you over. Like you need to be eating the right foods, you need to be doing the right amount of exercise. Like eating a lot isn't a bad thing for a big person too. Like it's just about what you eat and like how you burn all the extra shit off, So don't be discouraged about eating too much if you're a skinny guy, or if you're discouraged about not eating enough as a skinny guy, because it's always going to be about the exercise that you put in, especially people like us that are more on the lean side and can't put down that weight. It's all about the exercise that you can do and how you can expand your stomach so that you can get the healthier foods in. Because what I can say, especially as a smaller guy that struggles to eat, you're constantly putting in a little bit of exercise throughout the day, your stomach is going to get a lot bigger because it's burning a lot of those calories that your metabolism, like my metabolism can break down foods really fast. So if I'm not doing something to burn those calories, it's just going to sit all here and I'm not going to be hungry all day. Like yesterday, I ate two double doubles, and that was able to satiate me the entire day because I'm smaller, so I don't need to burn that many calories by being idle, and it just burned really fast. So all the fat just kind of like sat there, not doing anything. And I don't know if like I said, I don't know if it's different for bigger guys, but like especially me on the skinnier end, I don't need to eat that much to get me through the day if I'm not doing anything. So constantly exercising and constantly moving around so that your body can burn all that shit that you're metabolizing really quickly is very important.
Bro, here's the thing. The most important thing above all when it comes to fitness, exercise, all that, it's always going to be your diet. Like what he's saying, it's not just about, eating food. Especially if you're a skinny guy, a lot of skinny guys will try to justify their shit diets and their poor discipline habits, their poor eating habits by just saying, oh, bro, I eat as much as I can, but, bro, I just never gain weight. Bro, look at what you're eating. Like what we were talking about earlier. Like, I was eating McDonald's, Taco Bell, Cane's, like, every single day. Like, obviously, I was on the fatter end, but also, even if you're skinny, bro, even if it doesn't have direct correlation of, like, huge body fat, like you don't get obese or anything, it's still gonna have super downside negative side effects. Like you're still gonna build up that fat in your face, bro. And the reason why is because they're highly inflammatory foods. And when your immune system gets inflamed, that's where the fat comes from. It makes you look all puffy. It makes you look chubby. And that shit is in so much of the food that we eat today. All the processed food, all the fast food. So that's where it's gonna come from. And it's also gonna take a huge hit on your mental health, because we won't get too deep into this because it's a story for another day, but basically 90% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, right? Serotonin is the happiness chemical. That shit is produced in your gut, and when you're eating these really shit foods, you're killing your gut. You're killing your gut microbiome, you're killing your serotonin. So when you have a really shit diet, you ever notice, like, damn, like, I feel like shit. Or you'll feel depressed throughout the days, you'll feel groggy, you won't feel motivated. A huge catalyst to that is your diet, bro. So I'd always suggest looking at your diet and making those necessary adjustments before you look to anything else. Bro, you can get in great shape, look amazing, feel great without ever even having to step foot inside of the gym. And that's kind of what I'm trying to preach in my coaching. Like, you don't have to live this super radical lifestyle. It just comes back to bringing it back to the basics, making it simplistic. Because again, not everybody has the same goals like we talk about all the time. Everyone has different goals and different ideas of what they want to look like and how they want to feel. Bro, most of that's just going to come from your diet, dude. You got to lock that in as much as possible. But kind of bringing it back to what we were saying about my story. So, obviously, senior year, I like peaked 220 pounds. My breaking point was just looking at that picture one day and being like, fuck, I have to do something about this. So, my first real step towards making the progress that's got me here today is I decided to go on a 7-day fast, which is pretty radical. It's pretty crazy. I decided to go on a 7-day fast because I was just like, bro, I had like seen a couple videos about fasting and I was really curious about it, so I wanted to try it. So I said I was going to do that. And then I made it like a day and a half. I made it like 36 hours, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't start with 7 days. It's going to be really fucking hard. So I made it 36 hours, but dude, in just that 36 hours of fasting, I dropped, I want to say I dropped about 8 pounds in a day and a half. Now, again, obviously there's a couple factors. You have water weight, or actually, no, not water weight, because I was still drinking a lot of water. But, obviously the day before I'd eaten a lot of shit, so a lot of that was just kind of de-bloating, letting my system filter it out. But regardless, dropping 8 pounds in a day and a half, I was like, holy shit, I can really take this somewhere. So instead of just committing to the 7-day fast, I decided to try out intermittent fasting, which is something that I still practice to this day. So what intermittent fasting, for if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically just having an 8-hour eating window and spending the rest of the 16 hours a day not eating. So the way I would structure it is I would have my meal. I would wait till noon every day to eat my first meal, and I'd either have one meal or two meals depending on the day, depending on how many calories the meals were. Excuse me. And then I wouldn't let myself eat past 8 p.m. I think that's right. 16 hours. Yeah, so I would eat at 12, wouldn't let myself eat past 8, and then I would only eat again until 12 the next day. So that was what intermittent fasting was, and I did that. I was very consistent with that. I did that for about, I want to say I did that for about a month straight. In that month, I dropped about, I'd have to look to get the exact number, but I believe I dropped 15 to 20 pounds. And like I have progress pictures documenting all of this. Like when I started like my fat loss journey,
too.
Yeah, I documented everything, bro. So I have all the receipts. I will prove that it's there. So going into that summer, it was a crazy feeling because I started seeing the most progress I had ever seen in my body, like to date. Middle of summer, I probably dropped like 20, 30 pounds. Like I still couldn't see my abs. I still had love handles. Couldn't see veins. Like nothing was really still there. But the size of me was just starting to decompress. I was starting to get thinner. You know, my steps felt a lot lighter. Like if you're an overweight guy, I'm sure you feel when you're walking around, you feel the weight of your feet. You feel it stomped on the ground. You feel the fat in your thighs jiggling around. You feel your fucking man titties bouncing up and down. Your little rolls jiggling all over the place. I started to feel less of that, less and less of that as months went by. And then before I know it, I think the months like it really started changing was around October through December. Like leading up that summer, like that's when I really started losing weight and seeing progress, but I just stayed consistent. And that's the most important thing you gotta do. A lot of people, they'll start seeing progress and they'll get complacent and be like, okay, like I know what to do now. I don't really have to stay as committed to this, and that's what fucks you over in the long run. You have to stay consistent, bro. If you're not at your end goal yet, you have to keep putting in your inputs in order to get that output that you want. So I stayed consistent with intermittent fasting, and then I started incorporating a little bit of cardio. I always hated cardio. It was never my thing, so I wanted to make it as simple as possible. So my cardio was just a 10-minute fasted jump rope every day. So I got into intermittent fasting, but then I started doing some research on fasted cardio and heard a couple friends say like fasted cardio is really good. So I heard jump roping was really good. So every morning, typically like 8, 9 a.m., I'd go outside my backyard, jump rope fasted for about 10 minutes. I have videos of those too. I have a couple cool side-by-side videos of me jump roping when I was like 200, 210 pounds still, and then a side-by-side of me jump roping when I made it down to like 175. Okay, jump roping in itself, fasted, superpower. Insane for strength loss, so it's a really good tip for you guys. But I started doing that, and that, dude, it melted my fat off. That paired up with the intermittent fasting, and I'll be granted, my diet was still not super optimal. Like I was still eating some pretty shit foods, so I can only imagine how much faster I would have got there if I did eat the right foods, which I'm gonna be getting to. So, long story short, by the time October rolled around, I had lost so much weight that I started seeing my V lines. Oh shit, I really cut this down a lot. But I started losing so much weight that I started seeing my V line from my abs. I started seeing those. I started seeing a little bit of veins in my forearms. I started seeing a little muscle definition around my body. And the best feeling was coming back around my friends, because I hadn't seen them in like 2 months because I was just so focused on locking in and grinding. I started coming back around them, and everyone was like, dude, oh my god, you're so skinny. Holy shit, bro, you lost so much weight. Oh my god. And it's just so nice to hear something like that after for the past couple years you've just been hearing, oh, when are you gonna cut, bro? Oh, dude, you need to cut. Oh, bro, how's the bulk going? Are you bulking right now or are you cutting? Oh, bro, like, you look a little bigger.
And I'd like to say, again, for the skinny guys, it's literally the inverse of what he's, like, the reactions is the inverse of what he's saying, you know? Constantly, when I was growing up, it's, oh, you need to eat more. Oh, you need to, you know, put on some muscle. You know, you gotta fucking start doing this. And it's discouraging. It's very discouraging. And it's, especially when it's coming from people that, you know, obviously don't really give a fuck, and it's just it almost seems like it's coming from a place of like what's the word? It's coming from a place of hate. So it almost like you kind of disregard it, but in reality you kind of just, you know, we do get upset with ourselves. Like it's not it's a project. The way that I saw it as projection onto me. It's like, oh, what the fuck do you know? I don't need to eat. I don't need to get muscle. But then, you know, I started hating myself. I started like, damn, I don't feel good. Damn, I need to eat more. I need to work out. I lost my train of thought. But basically, you know, skinny guys, you gotta, it's always the same thing. It's literally the same thing, but inverse. Like the fat dudes and the skinny dudes always have the same problems, but literally just flipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally just flipped.
So my friends will say, "Oh, you look so skinny," and that just motivated me even more. I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna commit to this shit." And so then a couple more months went by. December rolled around, and I loved my body. I was finally lean after like 2 years of trying, 2 years saying I'm gonna do it. I finally had a six pack. I finally had veins. Bro, my jawline, crazy. That shit was crazy. Like I had never realized like how sharp my jawline could have been because I've always had such a round face. And when you finally step into that, that's where the mugging came from. When you finally step into that version of yourself that you've been chasing for so long, like bro, it's so powerful. So I went on a lean bowl for a couple months, like 2 months, and then I went through some shit. It's wrong game loop. I went through some shit, and then I kind of like I like got a little sad. And
this is between 2021, 2022, around September.
So that was off, and then I just like took
the fuck we're talking about.
I took like a couple weeks off.
You know, I know you're watching, so I know you know we're talking about you.
Anyways, so I took like a little bit of time off from the gym, so I naturally already started kind of losing a little more weight. When I was lean bulking, I was starting to gain up a little more fat, but then I started losing it like naturally because I just like took some time. This guy's fucking dying. That's so funny. Dude, I hope he's watching. But I took some time off. Then I naturally started burning more fat because I wasn't in the gym and I wasn't really eating as well too because my appetite got a little fucked up. So I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what? I might as well just cut right now. Like summer's around the corner. Like I'm okay with going on a little mini cut. And then I got my world open to biohacking, which isn't overall something that I preach because it is kind of radical going about it because it is a little bit extreme. Not radical, just a little bit extreme. But I got into biohacking, which basically just meant like completely optimizing your health. So having a dialed-in diet, no seed oils, no preservatives, no processed foods, everything organic, everything natural. And that includes like all the products I would use, like my body wash, my face wash, my deodorant, anything that I would put on my body had to be organic. The entire diet had to be organic. Oh, excuse me. So my diet was finally optimized. My diet was optimized. I was still doing fasted cardio every morning, except I wasn't even doing something so extreme as jump roping for 10 minutes, because I'm not gonna lie, that shit is pretty hard. All I started doing was every morning when I woke up, took one lap around the block. It was about a mile. I would do that every single morning. Come inside, get some sunlight in my eyes, and then just focus on my diet. And I didn't even work out. I didn't step foot inside a gym for about a month or 2 months. Okay, all I did was have an all-organic diet, some light fasted cardio, and I stretched. My shoulder hurt as well. It's kind of why I took some time off the gym too. And I just focused on stretching every single day for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, doing those three things, like fasted cardio, stretching, optimized organic diet, I was the leanest I've ever been in my life. I was, like, it was mind-blowing to me because I had never really thought I could get to that point. Like, I had been lean already, but the amount of just body fat that shredded off my body, like, I could almost see my 8-pack. I just recently got my 6-pack like a couple months before that, and that already seemed so unattainable. I was getting so lean, I was starting to be able to see my 8-pack. I had veins coming out of my abs. I had more veins in my arms I didn't even know were there. My face was getting chiseled. My skin looked great, and I felt so good. I felt so confident, and I had so much energy. And all it took, like I said, just an organic diet. It doesn't even have to be completely organic. Just keep it as clean as possible. Because, like I said, your serotonin, most of it is produced in your gut microbiome. So when you're treating it as such, when you're treating it with respect, you're giving it the health and nutrients that it actually needs, it reflects back onto your daily life, how you feel, how you act, how you operate. And, I mean, long story short, that's kind of how we got here today. And that's what I teach my students. Like, it doesn't, like, getting in shape doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be as hard as you might have been making it for years, for months, however long you've been trying to get in shape. It really just takes having the right approach and obviously learning from somebody who's kind of been in your shoes, so you don't have to go through all of the roadblocks and circles that they had to go through in their journey. Like, dude, like I said, I've been doing this for, what was 2018? It's like 5 years, right? No, fuck, 7 years. God damn. So I've been working out for like 6-7 years now. So, bro, I know my shit. I've been around the block. I was a skinny kid. I was a fat kid. I was a skinny fat kid. I've been in every like body composition you can think of. And to get to where I am today, like, It took a long time.
Shit ain't easy.
It's not easy, except it is easy. It's simple. It's not easy. It's simple.
It's simple.
It took a really long time, but that was just because I didn't have the right knowledge. I didn't have the right systems. I didn't know what I needed to do. And as soon as I figured out what I needed to do, I saw results in, 30 to 90 days. I saw results in 30 to 90 days by just optimizing what I needed to do. Again, simple lifestyle habits, optimized diet, light cardio. That's the name of the game.
Shit, y'all should have fucking if y'all seen me before I fucking started hanging out with this motherfucker and his influence got on me, like it's truly remarkable. You know, it's who you put yourself around, it's who you put your trust into, and it's who you know, who like literally just who you're around and like how their energy bounces off to you. Like, I'm not gonna say that everything that I've been doing recently has been on my own accord. I will 100% say and fucking put my pride aside and say that this motherfucker inspired me to do a lot of the shit that I'm doing right now. And it's because I trust his experience and the shit that he's been through, you know? He's not some dude that's fucking preaching this shit just to preach it, you know? He's saying this from like a deeper level. Like he means it. Like he wants the better for everyone. I'm the same way, you know? Like we all need to come to like we all need to love ourselves and we all need to just respect ourselves some more and do what's right for us, you know?
Exactly.
Like, no, like, this guy isn't gonna be the messiah that's gonna fucking cure your fatness or cure your skinniness and instantly
You gotta
get
want it, bro.
Exactly.
You gotta fucking
like,
want it, bro.
Like, you yourself need to want it. You cannot bank on someone else's advice that you think that just because listening to them is gonna change you, you have to make the change.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Motherfucker.
I'm talking to you because I've been you. I've been in your shoes before, so that's why I want to help you again. So, I mean, if any of you need help, if you want better solutions, if you feel like there's a better, easier way for you to get in shape, but you feel like you don't have time, you're too busy, you know, you're working all the time, you're spending time with your family, you know, you don't have hours to spend in the gym every day, you don't really feel like doing hours of cardio in the gym every day. Go over to my Instagram, it's zach.jordan, Jordn. I'll put the link in the description.
Zach Gordon.
But shoot over to my Instagram. I post daily about the stuff, about the things I do in my life to kind of keep the fat off, keep a healthy lifestyle, keep a simple lifestyle. So shoot me a follow, go through my content, see if it can help you out.